It appears as though Diddy is breaking the brother code and squealing on his BFF Jay-Z and uncovering him as a crook engineer. There have been tales for quite a long time that Jay-Z isn't the very stand-up fellow that he has been professing to be, and truly they're saying that the Jiger is up on the grounds that Diddy is going to forfeit him to save himself now. Diddy has been in a tough situation with the federal authorities that just got considerably more serious after they struck his home in law in Miami, confining his children and his colleagues, and Diddy is on a straight path to prison, yet he isn't going to go down alone purportedly. He's squealing on Jay-Z and attempting to bring him down with him as per an insider. Diddy is purportedly giving over proof to country security about how Jay-Z is purportedly the mind behind his violations in return for decreased prison time. You all Hollywood is going to get reshuffled, and it won't be pretty. You all did is going down, and he has obviously got no designs to go down alone on the grounds that besides the fact that he's squealing yet supposedly is he squealing hard. He is in a tough situation and he knows this, so he is supposedly offering the federal authorities tea and a ton of data on everyone and anybody he can in return for mercy, trusting that he'll some way or another have the option to avoid jail now. One thing that many individuals don't appear to know is that the examination by country security is something that happened several days prior or even weeks yet, on the off chance that you have a ton of familiarity with the federal authorities, is that they don't move like the police. No, now don't get me wrong, this isn't a dig on the police at the present time. Yet everyone realizes that the federal authorities are more refined in the manner that they work. It frequently requires months or even a long time for them to explore and construct an instance of this greatness, and they possibly take action when they are certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they have their I's dabbed and their T's crossed, and this makes sense of why they have a conviction pace of more than to 95%. Yet, to be fair, a portion of the cases don't go to preliminary in light of the fact that the guilty parties take a supplication bargain, yet one way or another their task moves finished, and they set aside the miscreants or use them to get other miscreants. And for Diddy's situation, country security isn't the main government office to have beat and researching him in light of the fact that the FBI has additionally been monitoring him for over 10 years, currently, particularly in regards to the bits of hearsay that have been twirling since the 90s, that he enjoys young men excessively much, if you catch my drift. As a matter of fact, back in 2013, the FBI grilled James Roseman, a medication top dog who had shut attaches with a ton of big names, and they got some information about Diddy having illicit relationships with young men as per the court doc. Umenting during a post-op interview meeting with bureaucratic examiners, James Roseman, the music director turned cocaine boss, was allegedly interrogated concerning the sexual inclinations of performers, including whether Shady D. Combs was having personal connections with underage young men. Per a U.S. local court recording, an examiner then got some information about performers' cozy inclinations, including yet not just seeing Combs having close connections with underage young men. Now, one thing you all need to realize about the FBI is that they don't work in light of virtual entertainment paranoid fears or TikTok reports or stuff on tattle web journals. On the off chance that the FBI was getting some information about Diddy and the charges, you all better realize they had some strong intel on Diddy, and they were searching for an actual proof to bring him down. So again, this implies that the federal authorities have been building an argument against Diddy for a long time, and an examination that took this long shows that they truly got their work done on Diddy, and they were exhaustive. In addition to, it's not unexpected that they at last brought their argument against him, currently thinking about that he has been sued by 5 individuals in under a half year, all charging exactly the same thing. Cassie was quick to mess everything up, pulling back the drape and showing us what Diddy was truly similar to in the background. As per her, let me let you know it was not pretty, she guaranteed that Diddy used to put hands on her during their relationship, leaving her with wounds all around her body. She additionally asserted that he used to asa her, routinely driving himself on her, despite the fact that she said no, that way wasn't terrible enough. She asserted that he additionally used to pimp her out to male escorts watch while it was continuing and record her, yet it deteriorated in light of the fact that reports additionally have it that Diddy supposedly then, at that point, shared the video around certain men in the business 50s, was the primary individual to uncover Diddy for doing this, asserting that Diddy was spreading the video around in a bid to humiliate Cassie when she left on phone, and after the make right and the be like self-evident truth, they sent me the young lady. Pictures like photos of this young lady, like not the that you all saw, more awful, way more awful, wow? Are you messing with me? I like entrance pictures and nah. Come on, man. So from what he said, the recordings needed to have been taken during the oddity offs that Diddy constrained her to do, yet it deteriorated by 50, since he called Diddy to tell him continuing, and from Diddy's reaction, 50 could see that Diddy was the person who had been sending the recordings around it. Truly sort of felt like those photos was not happening a result of Cassie. I felt like there was occurring a direct result of Puffy, right? Gracious, wow, you understand what I'm talking about, cuz when a young lady move from a man and she redesigned be unreliable, you understand what I'm talking about. They begin feeling some sort of way, particularly like the insane thing about this is that Diddy and FY Sit were operations and have forever been operations, so in the event that Diddy was sending compromising recordings of Cassie to 50, who was an overpowered, might you at any point envision what he was shipping off individuals in his nearest circle, definitely you couldn't envision separated from Cassie 3. E-ladies have emerged to blame, ditto Faye, and one normal element is that they generally asserted that he purportedly tranquilized and afterwards them while they were out of it, which is extremely dreadful work at last. A fifth individual, maker Lyle Barr, blamed Diddy for purportedly bugging him while they were chipping away at Diddy's affection collection. He guaranteed that Diddy got all tricky Faye and grabby with him and just acted improperly with him. He likewise discussed how Diddy purportedly mediated and saw him at one of the gatherings in Diddy's Miami house. He proceeded to say that the gatherings were more out of control than we could envision, and a significant number of the young ladies in participation being exceptionally youthful, excessively youthful to participate in the stuff that he depicted or to be even seen at that kind of occasion. He likewise uncovered that Diddy's child Justin was the person who assisted Diddy with getting little kids to the gatherings, despite the fact that he realized that they were excessively youthful for something like that. The circumstance has been insane, yet I surmise the federal authorities at long last got all the data they required on Diddy since they assaulted his home 2 or 3 days prior, and it was a concerned buzz cause they hit both these houses in LA and Miami simultaneously in a progression of composed assaults. The way that the attacks were facilitated sort of let us know how serious the case was, on the grounds that they realized that Diddy would purportedly attempt to conceal proof on the off chance that they didn't hit simultaneously, and Diddy was not home during the strike, but rather his children Justin and Christian were home. The federal authorities captured, handcuffed, and kept them. They fired his homes, and from the recordings that fit the web, the federal authorities resulted in a ton of harm, and the repercussions like this one that shows the music room music currently Diddy's personal luxury plane was founded. The Caribbean. There were hypotheses that he had took off the Antigua to sidestep the federal authorities. As per reports, TMZ has followed Diddy's own Adoration Air LLC fly, the notable Dark Bay Stream 5 that Diddy has paraded, and seems to be the Air CFT is as of now on the ground in Antigua, which is down in the Caribbean. TMZ proceeded to say that in view of the flight action saw by TMZ, Diddy's fly has been unpredictable. California among Sunday and Monday. Taki long off from Sacramento Leader Air Terminal Sunday night around 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Palm Springs Global Air Terminal about an hour after the fact. An hour after that, around 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Diddy's fly took off from Palm Springs once more and arrived at Venice Air Terminal, which is the LA Air, around 30 minutes after the fact, around 8:00 p.m. PT, around 9 a.m. PT Monday. The stream took off from Vans Air Terminal and arrived sooner or later in Antigua. Yet that really ended up being a phony problem, since Diddy was found in Miami Worldwide Air Terminal, looking irritated and extremely disturbed. To be sure, I suppose you can't help thinking about what will occur next. Diddy, and presently, and with this, you imagine that Diddy would have been captured by the